want to start by saying I'm not a paid actor. My results are real. I just want to say thank you so much for having me up. I would not have imagined like a year ago I'd be sitting on a panel with like clients who have had success. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. So yeah, I stalked her like you did too. Like I love social media, so I stalked her, and I like the way she engaged with the community. I like the way I felt like she wanted to make a difference in women's lives. Didn't matter what your race was, your age was, and that kind of attracted me because, as she said, I was a newborn photographer and I made decent money, but I didn't know if that was exactly what I wanted to do. I felt like it was other things that I needed to do. And I actually got a part-time temporary position at a law firm that had absolutely nothing to do with anything I've ever done. It was IT. And I'm like, I don't know anything, but they gave me the opportunity. And I'm like, okay, I'll be there for 2 months while their person is out on maternity leave. I'll learn what I can, and then I'll go back to my studio and I'll just continue growing there. So I actually took that temporary position. I worked there for the 2 months. The girl that was supposed to come back decided to take another month off. So I'm like, yeah, I get another month. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm loving this job in addition to my my photography studio. So the crazy thing is the last week of that assignment, I got jury duty. I'm like, are you serious? So I'm like not gonna be at work this last week. So I remember being in the courthouse and I got a call that said, Shandelle, we want to offer you a position. And they actually created a position for me, and the money that I asked for, they actually added more money onto the amount. So it was a blessing with that, and it stemmed from me working with Tameika, which is pretty awesome because I never in a million years would have thought that I would be doing what I'm doing now. I have been very successful because of working with you. I've learned how to like set short-term, long-term goals and actually follow through with my goals. I didn't used to do that before. I was all over the place in a circle. I saw a quote one time that it talks about being successful, moving in silence, and then letting your success be the noise. I don't agree with that because I feel like if you're trying to be successful, if other people who can help you don't know that you need the help, then you're not going to be where you could be further, you know, or ahead if you don't actually reach out to people. So I really appreciate all your help, and I feel like had I been quiet, had I not followed her, reached out, I don't think I would be where I am right now, and I mean that. And honestly, y'all, I'm making the most money I've ever made in my life. Like, social media, you see me, I don't care if I get 5 likes or 50 because I'm smiling, I'm happy, and I am really successful, and it has to do with me. So
it's just been my honor to work with you guys, and so although they are not paid, their results speak for themselves. This is really not a commercial, but it is kind of a commercial because, and the reason y'all know, the folks who came last year, this is a little bit different, and I know we're a little bit off schedule. We'll catch back up. But the reason I felt like this was so important, and Nikita can speak to this. Nikita was here last year to support me. She's amazing. And afterwards, Nikita and Tara and Shayna and I were sitting around, and I was just talking about how I love this. This is my passion. It is not, although, you know, certainly you want to be get value for your time. I coach with women because I love to see the results, and I love to see that. That's my passion and what I love doing. But Nikita and I were talking, she was like, sis, she's like, that's that public servant in you. You don't want to put out there like, you know, hey, this is what I do, and you know, these people work with me, and this is, you know, this is a business, and if people invest with working with me, these are the results they're going to get. You don't tell what your results are. And Nikita was like, you got, you know, y'all know Nikita, like she will tell and break it down. She's like, girl, she was like, sis, next year, you know, you need to put it out there. So I decided to add this portion because a lot of folks do, y'all either talk to me on social media or you talk to me out and you see stuff and you're like, oh, she does coaching, but what is that? What does she do? Well, what I do, specifically, I work with women who are looking at changing their life, living in their purpose. And I say I work with work-life integration and I do leadership mentoring, but specifically it's very tailored to what you want. Every one of these ladies is different, and everyone is getting success in a different way. So it's about what works for you. But I'll be real honest, and where I am now is not here for anything, any luck, or, it's all God and me walking and being obedient to what God tells me to do. And so I didn't need another job. I didn't need to start a coaching business, but it's what God has for me in this season. And so as I grow this business, I want to make sure that people know, hey, yes, I'm out there, I'm this public official, whatever, but I also can have an opportunity to work with you on where you are. I'm very intentional. I mean, I wasn't on the front page of the Free Times. Yeah, I told you he walked up to me on everything, but everything that drew him to me to do that article was very intentional. I had a plan and I walked in that plan. So anyway, so over the afternoon, again, I want to talk to you ladies. If anybody's interested in saying, okay, Tameika, I have some things I want to work on, and what does that entail? I do one-on-one coaching. What I did with Erica was one-on-one coaching. What I did with Gwen was group coaching. What I did with Shandelle was leadership mentoring. And so they were all in different programs, so I have different levels that people can invest in working with me. And also, based on some of the feedback I got last year, I have a new program. It's called the Power Circle, where it is it's a mastermind group where I don't do necessarily coaching. I do mentoring in a group setting. And so Shayna has, did you get those? Okay. So Shayna has the information on those. Actually, if you can get Monica just to pass those out, and folks can take a look at those, and then we'll get, we're gonna, Tara, you all set up? Okay, so I'm gonna introduce Tara too. But lastly, before I introduce Tara, well, I need to do a couple door prizes too before I introduce Tara. So before I introduce Tara, ladies, if y'all would just briefly, as we close, tell people if they're thinking, if they're like a looker and thinking about leaping, or if they are like kind of, I'm not sure if that's for me. What would you tell somebody if it were you 5 years ago, you last a year and a half ago, you 2 years ago? What would you tell somebody who's thinking about wanting to do something, whether or not they feel like, oh, is this really for me? Do I need that kind of help? I can do it on my own. What would you tell people?
I would probably just say, like, when you need to spiritually be fulfilled, you go to a pastor. When you need to be physically fulfilled, you get a trainer. So it only makes sense that if you're trying to grow your business or integrate your life into your business, that you will hire someone who's trained to actually help you get to where you're trying to be. Just really quick, I remember this year was the first time since my 12-year-old's been born that I missed something at school. I actually missed her band performance. But from being at the conference last year, I learned that you have work wives. And so I sent my work wife, aka my mom, to go video her performance. And I felt like she may be, a little disappointed I wasn't there. But she was like, Mom, you're doing it. Like, it's okay. And so it made me feel better, and it motivated me even more. So I would just tell people, like everyone has said, make sure you invest in yourself. I mean, certain things you can do alone, but I think God places certain people in your life just to help you grow.
I say make the sacrifice. She actually took mine, which is invest in yourself. These hairdos and fingernails and all that fluffy stuff is really nice, but I sacrificed a pedicure and a manicure for however long it took in order for me to invest in myself. I sacrificed it for coaching, I'll sacrifice it for my education. And in turn, you're sacrificing it for your family. So just invest in yourself.
And I would piggyback on both. Definitely invest in yourself and make that sacrifice. Like I said, I make treats for different types of events. I knew I wanted to continue working with Tameika outside of that complimentary session. I went out and baked some cakes and cookies and got my feet because I knew I needed her to help guide me in the direction in which I wanted to go. So definitely make that sacrifice, make that investment. You will see the rewards come later. I'm telling you, I'm now a vendor in different places here in the city that I never really thought I would be. But that was my purpose of making sure I was a legitimate business. I've done events for.
And Eva Marcel has her cookies.
Yes,
She told me to get the information so she could tweet you.
Oh, awesome, yeah, which I already tweeted her back. But yeah, you know, being here with Tameika, she reached out to me and said, can you get a basket together for Eva? I was like, yeah, I sure will. And so yeah, it's just giving me those opportunities that I probably would have never stepped out to make a deal for myself. So that's just the benefit of make sure networking and investing and making that sacrifice to be with this environment.
Thank you, ladies.